This is a training feed. The girls have been trained to touch the red end of the stick with their nose. When they do that properly, they get a little blow on the whistle to say, "Well done, girls," and then they get given their food, just like that. Now, I must stress, this is not to get them to perform. We're not doing this for anybody's entertainment. We feed them like this when there's no one here to watch. Like on Christmas Day. It's the only day of the year that we're closed, but somebody still has to come in and give up their Christmas Day because they have to feed the otters in the same way at the same time, 11:30, 1:30 and 3 o'clock. This is their routine. We can't break it, and apparently otters don't celebrate Christmas, so somebody still has to come in. We do it for some very good reasons. Firstly, it builds and maintains a bond between the keeper and the otters. The only people ever allowed to go in there are people like Alan that feed them, because the otters know and trust them. If a stranger was to go in there, the otters would get very stressed and scared. So out of 40 odd people that work at Sea Life, there's only 5 people ever allowed to go in that enclosure, and this maintains the bond between the only people they need to know and trust. Plus we do feed them in 2 other ways. They get fed like this 3 times a day, and this is their first public feed, but they've already had breakfast because they get fed 5 times a day. In the morning, and when we go home, they get a scatter feed. We hide the food around the enclosure, so they have to find it. They have to dig for it, stretch for it, hunt for it, climb for it, swim for it. But that's not a fair way to feed them, because they eat what they find. And if one finds all the food, she eats all the food. This is a far fairer way of doing it. We can go from otter to otter with the stick, evenly distribute the food, make sure that they are all eating the same. Plus, you'll notice it makes them go up on their hind legs. Now again, that's cute to watch, but we're not doing that because it's cute. It's so whoever's feeding them can check their undersides. We're not just feeding them, we're giving them a physical check as well. So they're constantly being fed, and we're constantly checking that they are in tip-top condition, so that if anything was to go wrong, if they did have any accidental injuries, we'd know about it immediately. So we're always looking after their welfare. So who can tell me what they would normally eat in the wild? They live in rivers. What's the main thing they would eat? Yes?